Potential to establish the rapport that it would take for a clean, honest communication with any woman, particularly if you look like me, 5'3", 75, short, dumpy, no appearance, no personality. Now, how long does it take to establish the kind of a rapport that you need to get the frankness and the honesty in the communication? The odds against that, it's a tremendous long shot. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you use the Tony Robbins method that he stole from Milt Erickson. Match and mix and match. That is, imitate the behaviors of the woman so you get to establish a rapport as quickly as possible. Do what she does. Get into the speech rhythms, the hand rhythms, the space rhythms, and try to establish a rapport. Try to cut down the misery of establishing a rapport, knowing that the way you look socially, where are you going to do it, how are you going to do it, who's going to give this man any time at all, any presence at all socially, who's going to take a man who looks like me, no appearance, no personality, infirmities, poor virility, short, dumpy, outproportioned, visually horrible. Who's going to give a man like me? What woman is going to give a man like me the time of day socially? We got to be realistic about all this. Sure, your stranger can get up and pontificate. He becomes the Howard Beale of the YouTube airways, the mad prophet, the old man ranting and raving. And the reality is, I could not do any of the things I'm talking about. When push comes to shove, when you say to an old man like me, put up or shut up, I gotta shut up. I got to shut up. The resistance is so overwhelming, so tough. The arena is very tough. Unless I was smart enough to train hard for it, I've got to train very hard and get in a tremendous shape physically and mentally just to go out in the arena and attempt to survive with any woman. I'm talking any woman in the arena. The way I look. It takes a man to be able to state the problem brutally, in harsh, realistic terms. That means he's got to be deceptive. Honestly, you know the best policy for a man who looks like me? I've got nothing to offer physically, materially. Nothing. All I've got, I don't even have a line of good bullshit. All I have is a bunch of talk. A bunch of talk. Esoteric talk. That's all. In a world where everybody wants to talk symbolically, monosyllabically, they want to talk in shorthand, they want to talk on the run. Comes along a man like me, a pseudo-philosopher, a Juan Esperanti, who's looking for dialogue, good give and take, good dialogue. This is a fool. This is Don Quixote on the quest. The things I'm talking about, you've got to be able to establish a solid connection, a solid rapport with any woman out there in the arena. In lieu of that, you got nothing. You're talking to yourself. She'll leave you there talking to yourself. And then you're going to have to come on YouTube and finish the conversation. If you want truth with a small t, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to battle for that truth. You can get it, but you're going to have to win it. You're going to have to earn it. In the crucible of phoniness, in the hot crucible of shorthand talking, symbolic communication, each has their own, none has the time. Give it to me fast. Nobody knows how to listen anymore. Nobody knows how to communicate. Nobody even understands what an honest communication, direct and informative, consists of. Everybody is talking in a way where they can hide out, they can sweeten it up, they can look a little better. Everybody wants to hide out. That's the phoniness. So before you can even do the things the old stranger's talking about, you got to get rid of the phoniness. That's called cleaning out the Aegean stable. The truth is a hard cross to bear, my friend. It's a lonely cross to bear because it requires the so-called pseudo-truth teller to hold a mirror up against himself. One of the toughest things in the world. Know yourself, my friend, but not in an ivory tower, but in the arena where it counts. How can I rely on you? How can you rely on yourself to perform when it counts? That's the real confidence. How do you know your body will do what your mind tells it to do when it counts? If it's not in shape. If you haven't built muscles on the brain, on the mind, or whatever you want to call it, along with the body, and you haven't got performance down pat. Knowing what you're going to do in every situation, trusting that your body, ego, will know what to do and do it when it counts. You and I must perform when it counts, with no excuses. Any question?